What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Thanks as always for passing by the channel, much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the videos. Big shout out to everyone who's been getting involved so far. Alright, so the legacy fight is this weekend. I'm absolutely buzzing for this. This could be the biggest fight of 2021 so far. Chocolatito versus Estrada II. I'm really pumped for this, and as a fight fan, this could be one of the biggest fights made in years. And it's a shame because most casual fans won't paying much attention to this fight, because this fight has the makings of being an absolute classic. It definitely has the makings of being the first fight of the year candidate for 2021. As well as this, it's not just a big fight for 2021. This is one of the most anticipated title fights in the history of the super flyweight division. So without further ado, let's have a look at the two fighters, get into a bit of detail of both of them, because they both deserve some credit. So of course we've got Roman Gonzalez, who's also known as Chocolatito, the Nicaraguan, 33 years old. He holds the WBA Super Flyweight Championship belt. He took that off Calify in February 2020. Fantastic knockout. He's 5'3", 64-inch reach, and he's got a record of 50 wins, 2 defeats, and 41 KOs. That is incredible, incredible. Man, what a legend. And his opponent, Juan Francisco Estrada. He's the Mexican, 30 years old. He holds the WBC and the Ring Super Flyweight belts. He took them off Rung Visai in April of 2019. Incredible fight. He's 5'4", 66-inch reach, and his record is 41-3 with 28 KOs. Again, records on these lads are unbelievable, unbelievable. So I genuinely think this could be easily the best fight of 2021 so far. This will set the standard for all fights 2021 will be judged by. So these fighters have fought each other in the past. I think we all know that. In November 2012, I believe it was, where Chocolatito beat Estrada by an unanimous decision, and he retained the WBA Junior Flyweight title, I believe it was. I don't know if any of you have watched the fight, their first fight, but if you get the chance, do, because it's a belter. So personal pride is at stake here. Estrada will want to avenge his defeat from 2012. Chocolatito will want to show that he's still the better fighter than Estrada, and also, like, this is a unification fight as well. They've both got titles which they're putting on the line to become the unified super flyweight champion. Of Estrada's 3 losses on his record, he has avenged 2 of them in rematches, which is important to note, because when going into this fight, it's important to know that he generally brings his A game. He turns and more in rematches. He turns up in rematches more. One of them was Ring Visai, who he took the title off. Chocolatito's only 2 defeats on his record are from Ring Visai, the back-to-back defeats for the WBC title. So this is why it's such a tough fight to call, because Chocolatito has lost to Ring Visai twice. Estrada has lost to him once, but has avenged that defeat. And Estrada is known for turning up in rematches against other opponents, and he has fought Chocolatito once and lost to him. Both of these guys are pound for pound greats at the moment. Ring Magazine has Estrada ranked, I think, number 8. They also have Ioka on that list as number 10, which is a bit strange. I know he's got the WBO title, but I don't think his resume is impressive Chocolatito's, in my opinion. So what we have here is 2 pound for pound fighters, both with world titles, both with personal pride on the line, personal stakes, all putting on the line for the benefit of the fans. This is what boxing should be. I love it. Like Eddie Hearn, DAZN and Matchroom, they deserve plaudits for getting this fight done. This is what boxing is really about. The best fighting the best. And as one thing which is important to note as well, the smaller weight classes never get the kind of recognition or promotion they deserve, never. So seeing Estrada in this big fight makes me happy. And let's not forget that super flyweight is also stacked with loads of other talent as well. Rung Visai is still out there. he'll be one that I'll be mentioning later on. You've got Ioka, who's the WBO champ. You've got Yerwin Ankayas, who's the junior bantamweight champion, I believe, IBF. And you've got Joshua Franco, who's got the WBA belt, the regular belt. So the super flyweight division is one which should get more attention, and these two lads can put on a show which really can elevate the status of this division even more. So yeah, I generally, I can't wait. This is probably going to be the best fight that we'll have seen in a long time. This could be a classic. So who do I think will win? I mean, the winner of this fight can safely lay claim to being the best in the super flyweight division at the moment, at least. Anyway, I know Rung Visai is still out there, but this will be the one which will hold. They will hold 3 belts whoever wins this fight. Although Chocolatito has defeated Estrada before, that was 8 years ago, and they've both improved massively since then. I certainly feel one thing now. I certainly feel that Mexican boxing is on the rise. You know, last year we saw Teofimo Lopez upset all the odds against Lomachenko, for example, which was an incredible fight. You know, what Canelo's been doing, the recent run he's had with his victories over Kovalev and Callum Smith, and then he's going on to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Ryan Garcia's, you know, turning into the next kind of DAZN pay-per-view megastar. And then, of course, you've got other Mexican world champions like Oscar Valdez, Julio Cesar Martinez, Leo Santa Cruz, David Benavidez, Navarrete. There's so much Mexican talent in the boxing world, it's scary. You know, I think there's just a new wave of Mexican boxers right now who are making the mark as the best in the world. You know, UK boxers are falling well behind, as we've seen. You know, I think we've only got a handful of world champions. Tyson Fury, AJ, Josh Taylor is the ones I can think off the top of my head, but that's about it. And you know, the United States is doing okay. You know, and some of the Thai and Asian boxers are doing pretty good as well, but the Latin Americans, especially in the lower divisions, are dominating. So all in all, I do think this will be a 12-rounder. I think we have had some kind of upsets in 2020, 2021, but we haven't had so many big fights recently where it's literally been best fighting best. You know, when we think back to like 2018, 2019, we had some absolutely amazing fights. You know, when we think of like Josh Taylor versus Prograis, Donaire versus Inoue, you know, Spence versus Sean Porter. There have been some absolutely incredible fights. Of course, COVID's the main reason that we've not been getting any. Of course, I understand that. But there are some good ones. You know, Lomachenko Lopez from last year, example. So 2021 has the makings, of course, to being a very, very strong year for boxing. So I do think the winner of this fight will be declared by decision. And I am going to lean towards Estrada. Because I feel he has youth on his side. He has improved a lot recently, and of course he's entering this, you know, in his peak, and he'll want to avenge that defeat from 8 years ago. Like I said, 2 out of his 3 losses, he has come back and won again. I'm not sleeping on Chocolatito at all. So if this was like a percentage, you know, if it was like 50-50 in terms of who I think is going to win, it's 49-51 in favour of Estrada. That's how close I think this fight is. So I do not think for 1 second that Chocolatito is done or he's washed or anything like that. If anyone thinks he can win this, fair play. You know, I can totally see why. He's a veteran. He still has got some power. I mean, that knockout of Kal Yafai was brilliant. But I think Estrada has just a touch more to win. And as I said, Rung Visai will no doubt be watching this fight. One thing to keep in mind is he is actually the #1 contender for Estrada's WBC belt, so which Estrada took from Rung Visai, you know, a few years ago. So I think that will naturally be the next fight to make after this one. Whoever wins this is going to surely have a showdown with Rung Visai, because the WBC will probably order it, and that's another big fight for this division. So whether Chocolatito gets his trilogy and tries to avenge his 2 defeats, big fight, or Estrada gets his trilogy and tries to prove, you know, that he is ultimately the best in the division, should he win against Chocolatito tomorrow night. So this shows again why the super flyweight division really is a great division for boxing, and it's hugely overlooked. So either way, best of luck to both of these living legends. They're great ambassadors for the sport because they're both very humble. They have a great attitude. My respect to both. This fight should be fireworks, but I'm going Estrada to win. Just. Another fight that's happening tomorrow night is David Benavidez versus Ronald Ellis. Yep, I didn't know who he was either. I had to go on BoxRec to find out who he was and what his name was, and after checking out, I'm fairly certain he's not going to cause Benavidez too many problems. Because I looked at his resume and I didn't see any names that I recognised apart from Korobov. But then again, I don't think Korobov's ever been the same since the Charlo fight, and he's been on a string of losses recently. So yeah, interesting, but I don't think he caused Benavidez any problems. Ellis has been defeated once, but the name of the lad I genuinely can't remember. Could not remember him. So I expect Benavidez to take care of business in that fight. He'll probably box well, and he'll get a decision. Maybe he'll go for the KO if he fancies, but I'm confident he's got this one in the bag, because I think this is just going to be a gimme fight to keep him warm. I think Benavidez will be more focused on keeping a weather eye on what Canelo's doing with his upcoming fight against Billy Joe Saunders, because if Canelo gets through that, then Benavidez has got a belt. Canelo versus Benavidez for maybe September or the summer of 2021, which is ridiculous considering Canelo's just so good, it's ridiculous. But that is a really good fight, because for me personally, I think Benavidez is the only 168 pounder who causes Canelo any problems. I don't think Charlo does. I think Charlo's got punching power, but I don't think he's got the right boxing ability. I think Benavidez is the only one at 168 pounds that can actually cause Canelo problems. Not beat him, but cause him problems. But that'll be, we'll see when that fight gets made. Billy Joe versus Canelo, I can't wait for that one as well. And well, just a good weekend of boxing ahead for us, really. I realised I haven't actually gone into any detail of the undercard of Estrada vs Chocolatito II, but if I'm honest, I'm so excited about that fight itself that I'm just going to pass on it. So Benavidez to get his win, Estrada to get a win. I hope you all enjoyed the fights wherever you are. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all soon. Peace.